iBOMBER Defense is one of the most popular series of tower defense games in the App Store. And if you capitalize the I, add an H, and throw in a few spaces, it's also the words of a very involved and slightly sexist Russian military commander. You know, because it's like, iBOMBER Defense. Now, fortunately, this is an example of the prior. This is the fourth iBOMBER game from the developers at Cobra Mobile, which is such a fitting name for a studio that makes a game like iBOMBER Defense Pacific. How about those guys watch a ton of Rambo? Now, I've never played any of the iBOMBER Defense games before, so I don't have a whole lot of context for my experience with Pacific, but what I will say is that iBOMBER Defense made quite a first impression. There's really not a lot here you wouldn't see from other tower defense games, it's just that this one does it really well on the iPhone. Each level presents you with a primary and secondary objective. Your main goal is usually to protect the home base from the incoming enemy, and you have to survive several waves of enemies to do so. By strategically placing 7 different weapon varieties, you set up lethal kill zones and you ensure Charlie stays in the jungle. Of course, meanwhile, you also have a second objective, but those are usually a bit more complicated. You might have to blow up a few enemy bases while protecting your own. You might have to blow up all the crates in a stage. So it varies from level to level, but the point is you always have an optional mission to accomplish. And that's what I like about iBOMBER Defense Pacific. You get this godlike feeling from looking down on a war zone and managing the entire thing. You have to prepare not only for the current wave of enemies, but for that massive one that's just around the corner. It's really addictive, and it satisfies that primal human need for destruction without spending trillions of dollars and senselessly wasting human life. I mean, this isn't even a game. This thing's for the good of man. You can level up your weapons as you progress, which only makes this game even more habit-forming. Your turrets can also be rotated during battle, so you can make adjustments as the battlefield requires. So even though you only have 7 weapons at your disposal, it feels like a pretty capable arsenal. And of course, the touch bomb has a lot to do with that. Oh, look at it. See, now I know what Donald Rumsfeld felt like. And really, I mean, what more reason do you need to check this out? Now, it might just be another tower defense game, but it's a really good one. It's iBOMBER Defense Pacific.